What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the newest generation 2022 BMW X3. Big shout out and thank you to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for today's video. Take a look at their website down below. And the model that we're looking at today is the xDrive30i, finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic, has the M Sport Package 2 and Premium Package number 2, and has an MSRP at $53,600. Underneath the hood of this all-new 2022 BMW X3, you're going to find a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It pumps out 248 horsepower with 258 pound-feet of torque and is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The power is sent to all 4 wheels through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, and with a curb weight of a little over 4,000 pounds and running on a 17.2 gallon fuel tank, you can expect 23 miles per gallon in the city with 29 out on the highway. The overall length is 185.9 inches with wheelbase at 112.8, width is 74.4, and height is 66 inches. It also has a minimum ground clearance at 8 inches with payload capacity at 900 pounds. And then now moving to the exterior styling of this sporty, smaller sized SUV. This has a really aggressive look up front. First and foremost, we get BMW's LED headlights. When I unlock it, you can see how the daytime running lights illuminate in that white color. They have a very nice look with the projector beam LEDs. You can see black housing in them. And then moving towards the kidney-shaped grille, finished off in a brushed aluminum. We also get a sensor right in the center of that. Underneath the main grille, you can see a huge gloss black trim area with another opening to allow maximum cooling to the engine. It also features active grille shutters. There's parking sensors all within the front bumper, and then more gloss black trim on the farthest sides with more sensors. Very sharp lines within the side portion of this front bumper, and I love how everything flows together to give it an aggressive design. You can see how the hood even flows right over this grille. We get our BMW logo right in the center, and then really sharp lines along the hood to give it that aggressive look. You can see how they fade towards the windshield. Then as we move our way to the side profile, the X3 gets a very proportional design. You can even see how we have body colored fender flares going around the front and rear tires to give it that sleek design. Then you can see the M Performance wheels, finished off in a 2-tone design with machine silver and metallic gray. They also measure 20 inches and are a split 5-spoke. Behind the front wheels, we get a gloss black trim piece with a really sharp line cutting towards the lower portion of these doors, and I like all the sculpture to the side profile. You can see a really sharp line running through the side, right through the body colored door handles, and we also get a set of body colored mirror caps with an integrated turn signal and then all gloss black trim around it, as well as the side windows. It blends all the glass seamlessly. We get the same color for the roof rails and then your panoramic roof. And then taking a look at all the lines for the side profile, I just like how everything comes together. It's very sporty looking and still has some size to it to look like a nice SUV. In back, we also get an integrated spoiler up top with your third brake light, and the windshield wiper right in the center of the glass. Really sharp lines throughout the rear end, and then a nice aggressive look for these LED taillights. You can see them illuminating with the red design, and they also have a blacked out housing. Get the BMW logo and your backup camera with X3 over on the left, really sharp lines and the xDrive badge. And then in the lower portion of the bumper, you can see more of that gloss black trim with massive exhaust tips finished off in the brushed aluminum. Then you get all of your parking sensors and reflectors. So there's a good look at the exterior with the 2022 BMW X3, especially in the Brooklyn Gray. This car really stands out, and wait till you check out the interior. So you have BMW's key fob now, pretty simple. You get your BMW logo right in the center to lock it. Keeping the key fob in my pocket, all I have to do is grab the door handle. It'll automatically unlock it. We can check out this interior. This particular spec gets the Tacora red perforated sensatec interior with some black accents. If we take a look at the door panel now, you can see all the red trim as well as some black for your armrest. We can see silver accents for all the window and mirror controls, as well as the power liftgate. We get a massive grab handle, your release handle, memory seating, and lock and unlock. You get an X logo up front and some really cool trim on the top part of the door. Then there's storage all on the bottom. We get the M Sport logo on this door sill, and then all of your power controls on the left side of the seat with lumbar support. I really love the red color with contrast stitching. We even get a manual leg rest that you can push and pull. Then you can see all the perforated design in the center. Nice bolsters up the backrest with more of the perforated design and stitching. More smooth leather along the headrest. And then we get a black leather steering wheel with the M logo. And then now inside the X3, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. We get a full LCD display for your gauge cluster with your tach over on the right with the engine temperature, and then the speedometer and fuel to the left. The navigation screen will come up right in the center, and then on the right side, if you tap the BC icon over on that left stalk, it'll configure a lot of different things. You can see all sorts of different information. You can scroll through and see horsepower and torque. We also have a G-force meter. Entertainment comes up, your gear as well, and then a few more things. And if we take a look at the steering wheel now, we get the BMW logo right in the center with all of your cruise control settings over on the left side, and then audio controls on the right with a heated steering wheel button down below. We get a set of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, turn signal stalk on the left, then all of your windshield wipers over on the right. And then on the left side, you can see all of the headlight controls as well as one of the air vents, some black trim running across this entire dashboard. Then you can see this really cool texture material towards the center. And then we get this all new massive screen for the infotainment. In this home screen right now, you can configure this and see all sorts of different information that'll come up. We also have shortcuts over on the left for all the media. Communication for your cell phone will pop up, and then we have your navigation icon. You can get this away. Very large screen, super snappy and responsive. We have a car indicator right here where you can control all the different settings within the car and change all sorts of different items. Then we have an apps icon as well, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. And then if I go ahead and take the car and put it into reverse, the backup camera pops up over on this left side and all of your sensors over on the right side. Very nice to see that. You can tap this and change what you want to see on the screen. Then if I go ahead and just tap the P button, we're back into park. Underneath the screen, you have all of your climate controls with their own LCD screen right in the center. And then above that, we have hazards as well as this icon for all the intelligent safety. This is where you can configure everything from lane keeping, forward collision, all that sort of thing. So then looking at the climate screen, you can easily adjust your fan speed right in the center, as well as the dual zone temperature on the left and right side. We have auto, the defrost and heated seats, then AC, recirc, and the other heated seat for the passenger. We also have shortcut buttons down below, as well as your volume on off. Then we have an area right here that you can slide up and out of the way. You can see two cup holders in here with a little bit of storage, as well as the X3 logo. And then we have our shifter down below that. You have traction control, parking sensors, and the engine start stop feature, and then all of your drive modes. So if I go into Eco Pro, it even changes what you see up on this dash. Going back into the comfort mode, and then the sport mode gets a little bit more aggressive looking. It also comes up on the screen with everything, which is a nice integration. And then underneath that, you also have a brake hold and parking brake, and then a rotary dial with shortcuts for that screen. So if I tap the home icon right now, it comes up on the screen. Then I can easily hit the map icon and pretty much control what you see. So I really like the integration of everything using two different ways for the screen. Behind that, we have more of this Tacora red for your armrest. Opening this up, we got a pretty good amount of storage space in here as well with a USB port. And then our glove box has a large bucket. And then one last look at this interior. BMW does a good job just making their cars simple and nice. Nothing too crazy fancy or updated in this interior, but I do like the much larger screen, and it's very easy to use. We also get a full panoramic roof. You can see the black sunshade right now. Then up in front of that, we have all of our controls for it, as well as LED dome lights. Moving on to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, the door panel is finished off just like we saw up front, and then we even get the same perforated leather all throughout the center. This is a 3-seater bench row, and the middle seat, you can even pull this down, and we get a nice armrest with a spot with 2 cup holders that'll pop up. Really nice feature to have in this car. Then we also have storage nets on the back side of these front seats, climate control vents with the climate control settings with your different zones. And we even get 2 USBs as well as a little bit of storage space. Then you can grab this handle on this left side, and these will automatically unlock, and you can pull this and fold these nice and flat, and they will lock in that place. Then of course you have the button on the top where you can do that same thing. So now sitting in the back of this BMW X3, so that lower lever is also your recline. You can grab that and pull this pretty far back. And sitting back here, we can fold up these headrests. This is actually pretty comfortable. This is more of a mid-size SUV. The X5 is a lot larger, and then obviously the X7 is the next step up. But this is nice how the X3 is certainly family friendly. I'm 5'11", plenty of headroom, maybe like 5 inches. And even with the driver's seat set at my height, I got plenty of knee room in here as well. Of course, the center armrest is a great feature to have. And you get a lot of glass, dome lights, and grab handles. And of course, with the roof opened up, you get even more glass. So for a smaller size vehicle, it's nice to see just how much space you get in the back. And then moving to the cargo area, you can hold the button on the key fob, use the one on the rear or the one in the door panel. And then you can see how much cargo space we get in the back of this X3. It's nice and squared off, and you really do get a ton of storage space. Grabbing this handle, we even get hidden storage space all underneath the floor, and then you get a little cutout on the right side as well as this left side. We get a privacy cover up top, and then even from back here, you can reach these levers, pull this, and let these seats fall all the way down and get out of the way. And with the seats folded all the way down, you can see just how much more storage space you're gonna get in the BMW X3. They fold nice and flat like you saw, and there's a ton of space in here to make this an extremely practical car. All right guys, so we are setting off now in the X3. So it's been a while since I've driven more of the basic trim of the X3, but I like how this one of course has the M Sport goodies on it. So it's really sporty looking, and I love the red interior. So this is kind of a good happy medium between getting the sportiest looking one, but getting more of the basic engine, that way you get the better efficiency. So we're in Eco Pro, just kind of getting my bearings with it. I really like this generation of X3 because I think they did such a good job giving you a really nicely sized vehicle. There's a lot of interior space, even though it doesn't have the biggest footprint. It's not that big of an SUV. But normal driving now, you know, the armrests are in a pretty good place, a little bit wider than I'm used to, I'd say, in other cars. But you have a really good view around, really no blind spots or anything. And I like just how smooth it is. We're going 50 miles an hour, even going over a bridge now. It's really comfortable and smooth and refined. This has just the standard suspension in it, but it absorbs the bumps really nicely. I mean, this would just be a great daily driver. I've been a fan of these cars for a long time, and this one particularly, you know, mid to low $50,000 mark, not too crazy, and you really do get a solid driving experience. I really noticed BMW across the board really doesn't make cheap cars. They almost all of them, I'd say, feel really, really solid. And this one definitely is a nice car to drive. And the fit and finish on the interior, it's a really nice place to be. So let's go into comfort mode. It kind of just makes throttle response a little bit sharper. You know, steering wheel doesn't really change too much, but really easy vehicle to pilot. Let's try out sport mode. We do have some twisty turns. Putting this over once, we are into an S mode, which is kind of a sport mode. And then when you bump the shifter once, it puts you into the manual mode. So we have four-wheel drive. Let's feel out this four-cylinder. You know, it's not bad. That was up to 55, quite honestly. It's enough power. It's not a fast car, not really a quick car even, but just rolling onto the gas like that, it's enough power to get up to speed, get up to highway cruising speeds. You know, if I drop it a little bit and do like a highway pass, not bad from 45 to 65 right there. Pretty peppy, you know, it's just a good blend, and the fact that you can get really good gas mileage, I mean, this is gonna go a long way between fill-ups, and the fact that you get such a refined ride with the X3, I am a really big fan of it just because you get so much without going too crazy on pricing. Feeling out a sharp turn, it is so quiet in here, that's impressive. But even a sharp turn, really planted, there's like no body roll. Transmission is super snappy, this 8-speed is fantastic. Going back into the normal everything. I mean, honestly, it's just a nice, comfortable car. There's not really crazy body sway. If you do kind of hard like that, you can feel it a little bit up there. But for what it is being an SUV, it's really composed, confident to drive. You have a good seating position to where you're nice and high up. And then spinning around to the point of view to immerse yourself in the X3. Like I said, just a really smooth drive, pretty normal SUV to drive. Definitely like the materials you touch in here. While this is the synthetic leather, it's got a good feeling to it. It lasts a pretty long time. It's not gonna just wear out. So it feels good, looks good. Really can't complain with it. And I love the color, of course. Like I said, great view around. Technology is easy to use, and I like how simple BMW makes it. I know some people comment, you know, they wish the screen had a million things in it, they wish there was more fancy things, but BMW is all about driving. They don't want you to be distracted while you're driving. Even the colors they use in here are a little bit more subtle and toned down. That way they don't strain your eyes, especially their classic orangish color. That at night doesn't strain your eyes like other colors do. So I just like that type of attention to detail. I feel like BMW is really about, they want you to enjoy driving the car, not just having all the fanciest technology in the world. So I'm a big fan. I like that concept that BMW does. And like I said, all of their cars, they feel like they're just fun to drive cars. Even this one with just the basic 4-cylinder, not a performance version, and yet you can still have some fun with it, you know, play with the car a little bit, toss it around. And I think that's just a really, really good positive. Got some sweeping turns now. And of course you can option this up to get more power out of it, get the M40i with a 6-cylinder, and really crank it up. I think that is about it then. Wrapping it up for the 2022 X3 xDrive. Definitely a sporty combination. Definitely a pretty cool vehicle all around. You guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content to come. And then a big shout out and thank you once again to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for today's video. Take a look at their website linked down below. And then I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.